How is
Hey,
everyone?
good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good
It's a
morning.
wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, wonderful. Well, happy Saturday. Shoot, it's 7 and we're rolling. Okay. So each one of you, I want you to tell me one thing. So I want you to um, describe yourself like if I never met you before, right? And you were to say, I'm so and so, just you just tell me something about yourself. Just one thing. It doesn't even just any, it could be just something little. It's not that big a deal. It's just to get it started. So one of you just say, describe yourself. All right, Karen, you go first.
Well, I am the chosen one.
Perfect. All right, Latoya.
I am. That's it. That's all.
Okay. Monique.
I am a lover of Mediterranean food. Oh my God.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. So, sort of to Latoya's point, what did everyone preface their description with?
I am.
I am. So the question then becomes, what is the most important question? What's the most important question in the world?
Who are you?
Okay. Who are you talking to?
Myself, who am I?
So who am I? Okay. What's the most important answer in the world?
I am.
I am. The answer is hidden in the question, just like your identity is hidden in your statement. Lover of Mediterranean food. Who is that?
I am.
I am. The chosen one. Who is that?
I am.
I am. Latoya said, I am, right? That I am, basically. I am. Common denominator, I am. Most important question, who am I? Answer, I am. So when you say, when you say, um, so somebody was saying to me the other day, they had, I was working with somebody and they, kind of were upset with their significant other. And they said, well, I told him I am your wife. And I said, oh, that's wonderful. Well, then what's the problem? And she was just like, well, I told him I'm your wife. And so he needs to. And I was like, are you, what is the, where are you, did you say this? She was like, yeah. And I said, well, then what's the problem? She's like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, okay, well, tell me again. Maybe I missed it. She said, yeah. And I told him to do this and this, and he needs to take better care of me because I am your wife. I was like, oh, okay. I said, well, then, okay, I'm okay. I said, so then okay, so let's start with that. I am your wife. Okay, so who are we talking about first? So I am your wife. What is the first thing? What's the first thing?
I am.
I am. So who is wifing?
Who is wifing?
Yes.
Well, in that scenario, I am wifing too.
Well, who is what? So okay, who are we talking about right now first? Who are we talking about?
I am.
I am. So I am is doing something. What is I am doing?
I am is venting.
Yeah, but that's why I am. Yeah, but what is I am doing in that statement?
Saying who they are.
Well, who are they? Who are they saying they are?
I am in life, right?
Say it again.
I am is the wife in this situation, right?
So yeah, so then I am is what?
Married.
Well, what is I am doing? In the sentence, what is I am doing?
Saying she's your wife. She's giving away her power.
Well, kind of, but what is I am doing first? What is I am doing? In the sentence, what is I am doing?
Identifying himself.
As what?
I am.
Or someone else's a wife.
Okay, but
We
so
trying
what
to
is
dig deep here.
in the sentence? What is I am doing? In the sentence, what I am your wife. What is I am? We said who's doing it. What are they doing? What is I am doing?
Speaking.
I am is wifing. It's being a wife, but it's wifing.
Mhm.
Without I am, who is the wife? Who are you talking about?
Mhm.
So then, who is wifing?
I am.
I am. So then, the experience of a wife, who is having that?
I am.
So then, who is I am?
Wife.
Yeah, but who is I am?
I am.
Who is that?
Me.
Who is that?
The wife.
No, who is I am?
Consciousness.
So then, what is consciousness doing?
Wifing.
Being
Wifing.
aware.
Oh, no, it is of what?
Of wifing.
In this sentence, wifing. So then the experience of wifing is based on what?
That wife's awareness.
Who is that wife?
I am.
I am. What are you? This is which I'm saying it this way. What you just said is the same thing as your. What you just said was the same thing as what you said before. You're giving something away. You're attaching your experience to someone else because you've attached yourself to someone else. But the experience you're having is the experience of wifing you're having directly because of I am. Whatever you think I am is the experience of wifing you're having. That is what's determining your experience. You think it's who you attached yourself to. It's not really. Because who decided to attach themselves to to the person they're talking to? Who made that choice?
I am.
So then I am made that choice according to what?
Their awareness.
To their awareness or lack of if they're not happy, right? But I am made the choice to be involved with with the other person. And the wifing that they're doing as a result of being involved with the other person is all I am is driving all of it. I am is driving the selection and the experience. So when you make the selection and the experience and having the experience, both of those were driven by I am, and I am who I am in that moment is whoever you believe, whatever you believe it to be, whatever you're believing yourself. Who are you talking about? You're talking about yourself, right? When you say I am. So when we said I am, and you all described yourself, we all prefaced it with I am. I am it. So let me give you another example. Let's say you were watching TV and the power went out in your house. Everything just went out. What would you do? The power just went out. What would you do?
Probably seek some form of light, like a candle, flashlight.
Okay. You said seek light. Okay. All right, Latoya, what would you do? If you were watching TV in your house and all the power in your house went out, what would you do?
Find the source of what caused the power to go out.
Okay. Monique, what would you do?
I would check my the breakers, the
Check the
switches.
breaker. Okay. Sarita, if you can speak, what would you do?
Probably the same. I would check the source, try to figure out why
Okay.
why it went out.
Check this. Okay. And Sparkle Bailey, if you could speak, what would you do?
Coach,
Huh?
I'm gonna say the same thing Sarita said.
Okay. Which is what?
Listen, I'm gonna play my role and I'm gonna listen. Gavin and I are over here ordering breakfast right now. I'm gonna play
Okay.
my
Okay. No
role.
worries.
I'm gonna
Okay.
play my role. I agree with Sarita. I
Okay.
agree
Check
with-
this. Okay. How come not one of you said buy another TV?
Well, that's
Because
ludicrous.
if all the lights went out, then the TV is not the issue.
Okay. So, but
The TV would need the source that we're now without. So why go purchase something that
Mm.
would not be operable?
Henry, you setting us up.
yeah. Well, what is one of the words that all of you said?
Find the
In
source.
source. What is the source of the problem? Well, and I am your wife. What is the source?
I am.
So where do you think the problem is?
Oof.
I'm sorry. Where is the problem? I didn't hear you what you said.
Oof.
No, that's just moaning. No, what is that? What is it?
I am.
I am. I am in that case is the problem. And how do you know? But a lot of times we don't realize what the problem is or that we have a problem, right? Until what we're experiencing sucks. And what in this sentence is sucking right now?
I am.
No, what in the experience?
Like being the wifing.
The wifing. The wifing is suffering. But what do
Jesus.
most of us do in the sentence? What do most of us do?
Blame something outside of ourselves.
You,
Which is in this
your.
sentence
We
is
changed
what?
the TV.
We change the TV. And in this sentence, what did they try to do to change the TV?
Your.
Your. Now, if you wouldn't go get a new TV, how is this sentence going to work out?
Mm.
How's it going to work out? The wifing that you're doing is going according to I am, not according to your. Not according, because you said I am, right? Well, in this sentence, we said I am, right? So we didn't say they are, or we are, or he is, or she is. We were not talking about anyone but ourselves. Is that correct? When we prefaced it, we started off with I am. So then how does that work? How is that ever going to work if your is more important than I am?
We keep looking outward.
It is not.
Is it? It's not? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you? You don't sound. Yeah, you sound like you're in California trying to walk through an earthquake. You sound a little shaky. Sound a little shaky. It shook over your car like twice this week, right? And everybody was like, "Hey, did you feel that?" Yep. Yeah, you're very aware when you're settled versus when something's shaky, right? Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm just saying it facetiously, but yeah, you sound a little shaky. We sound like no, this is what it is, right? I am. Wife, end. What do you think this experience is going according to? How are you ever going to change anything if you keep going to your? Is your you?
No.
Your is what?
Your is outside of yourself, and therefore you're like unable to solve your issue. You're unable to change your wifing
So
because you're
then,
not dealing with you, the wife.
so then how long should you stay?
How long should you stay where? In that same scenario of
In the
your,
same situation.
As long as you choose to.
Well, who's making that choice?
I am.
According to what?
My awareness.
So then, if you keep your awareness the same, what's going to happen?
The same thing
So
over
then,
and
how long do
over.
you stay? Let's talk about it. How long do you stay? People tell you through thick and thin. But if you don't like what you're
Hell
in,
no. Hell
then
no.
how long is thick and thin gonna last?
Hell no.
Till death do you part. It's gonna last till you die. Are you okay with that?
I need y'all to get off my back. I was
All
just
right.
having this conversation. I was just having this wifing conversation with Sparkle Bailey last night.
How
Gonna be
long
all
should you
right.
stay if what you are causing is unpleasant and your answer to it is your, they, them, that, outside? How does it change then?
It does not.
So
it
then,
changed when you change. So how can you answer how long? That's an impossible answer.
well,
When
it's a
you
question you
decide
need
to
to start
change.
asking yourself.
Mhm.
Exactly.
What you need to ask
Until you,
yourself is, how long am I willing to stay as I am when I keep getting this?
Mm.
well, don't I have to first be aware how I am is affecting the problem?
That is correct. That's why we're having the conversation. Because wifing is just the end. Parenting, moneying, healthing, every experience you have is being governed by what?
I
I
am
am.
I am. I am is what?
consciousness.
Okay? And consciousness is what?
Awareness.
Awareness. Awareness is what?
Being,
Being. Being
choosing,
is being. Okay. Yes, it is being. But okay, let's just say being. But being is what?
A decision.
Okay, but a decision is singular, meaning one of many, one of the infinite.
Mhm.
Consciousness awareness is infinite. Consciousness awareness is all of the decisions you could ever make. I am is everything. If somebody went to jail for tax evasion, who is in jail?
I am.
I am. The judge who sentenced that person, who is that?
I am.
The person who is wifing well, who is that?
I am.
The person who is not is
I
what?
am.
Being what?
Is say that again.
The person who is not is I am
Not.
not. Not. I want you to understand that. You are saying, be it consciously or unconsciously, I am not. That the wifing is the physical expression of what you're telling yourself. I am or I am not. And I'm saying this, you are blaming what you're saying, but what you're saying is based on what? What you're saying, words are expressions of what?
Who I am.
Of what?
Our awareness.
of what you're choosing.
Of I am, of awareness of what you're choosing. You are choosing from I am, you are choosing a thought from I am. I am is all awareness, not a particular, it's all awareness. It's everything, right? It's the person in jail and the judge who sentenced them. It's I am. I am, I want you to understand, I am is everything. That's why when I asked you to describe yourself, you all described different things and you all said what at the beginning of it?
I
I
am.
am.
I am. So I am is everything. I am is anything. So then when you say wifing at the end or husbanding at the end or moneying at the end or healthing at the end, meaning the verb, the expression is coming from the noun or just the awareness of the experience. The experience is creating the expression. When you say I am, that means everything. I'm gonna teach this almost like the U circle today. Like this. This is I am. You see, everybody can see that? See how it's just a big circle? So now what you're doing is everything in that circle is everything. And within this circle is everything. There's no right or wrong, good or bad. It's everything. Just think of it like a grocery store. Now, when you say there's wife in there. So you now pull out wife, but wife now, what is a wife? Wife is in here, but wife out here is what? When you pull it out of the circle, what is it?
Wife outside of the circle would be not unaware, like
Okay, let me ask you. I want you to think about it like that, but let me ask you another question so you can get what I'm saying. When you go to the grocery store, it's the circle. When when you take something off the shelf and put it in your cart, you have taken it out of the circle, out of the store, right? So now that thing that you picked is what? What is it now?
Mine.
It's
It's
yours.
mine.
I possess
It's yours.
it.
It's I am's. So then the experience you're having with it is based on what?
Who I am.
How you season it.
Based on
How
what,
how
Monique?
my awareness.
Based on your awareness. The wife in the circle, the chips in the store are not good or bad. The experience you have with them is now generally you have taken a general thing and now you've made it a specific thing, or now you've made it a specific individualized experience.
It's what I've created it to be based on my
It's
awareness
what you
of it.
created to be, right? What does it say? What does Marco Bailey say? As you season it. What chicken is good or bad? Right? What cereal is good or bad? You picked it. First of all, so you can't say it's bad when you picked it. Nobody made you pick that. If you picked that in ignorance, that's your own level of awareness. That's not the cereal's fault. That's not your fault. Your meaning I am the they, the them, the cereal, all the things that you're picking are just things. And you're having the experience with those things based on who you are being. And who you are being is based on who you think I am is. So I am in this circle, I am is what? Not the one, let me get another one. In this circle, I am is what?
Everything.
Everything. So you mean to tell me you picked that? You picked that out of everything. You picked that.
No, I put it back.
No, thank you.
Hey, you didn't leave the store with it.
Right? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Out of all possibilities that I am represents, you picked that?
Let me go put this shit back.
That's what I would do. Even if
know
I
that's
didn't have a
right.
receipt, I would give it back and let them have it. You know what? I don't
Yeah,
have
I
a
don't
receipt,
want
but I
it.
just don't want it anymore.
I
You
don't
can
even
have
want
it.
no money back. You can have it.
I don't even need no money back. I just don't, if you give it to me, I'll take it. But if not, this is so bad, I don't even need to hold you. Just take it. Out of all of this, you picked that. That's what I want you to understand. You picked that. Out of all of this, you picked that.
Mm, mm, mm.
What must you have been what must you have been being? What must you have been being to pick that?
Out of your mind.
Okay.
Out of
Not
your
aware.
awareness.
Not
Out of your
aware.
awareness.
Not okay, but so out of your awareness, what does that mean?
You don't really, you didn't understand your power. You didn't understand your capability of choosing something different.
I chose
Why
out of
not?
ignorance.
Of
Yeah,
what?
definitely
Of
ignorance.
what? Of what? Ignorance of what?
Not knowing who I am.
Who
Ex-
I am. When
Who
you
I
Exactly.
say,
am.
when you
Yes.
say
Exactly.
your is an extension of what?
Who I am.
Of you. Who are you? I am. Who am I? The answer is in the question. I am. Who am I? Question. Answer. I am. So who must you have been believing yourself to be to choose that? I tell people all the time, and I say it facetiously, literally, but not literally, but just enough to make a point. If you're not filing no papers at the police office, at the police station, I don't want to hear nothing about they.
Mm.
I don't want to hear nothing about it unless you got a police report to show me. Don't blame them, they, there, that, out there, the weather. Unless you have filed charges, I don't want to hear about it. Because while you did it, your ignorance is not against your will. Those are not synonymous. You didn't do something against your will, you did something in your ignorance.
Mm.
Those are not the same thing.
Ignorance is expensive out here. Yeah.
No, ignorance, there's a literal phenomenon they call it the ignorance tax. It's a phenomenon, they call it the ignorance tax. How much you pay in any given situation due to your ignorance.
Ignorance.
It's called the ignorance tax. I'm
And
telling
also
you.
the ignorance does not free you from breaking the law.
Correct. Because
No.
ignorance of the law is what?
Your
No
age.
excuse.
There's
No
no
excuse.
excuse. So when you are blaming somebody, what are you actually trying to do?
Nothing. Take
Make an
yourself
excuse.
under.
You're trying to
Please
make an
do.
excuse. It's just an excuse. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So if you did something in your ignorance, it's
It
no
doesn't
excuse.
excuse you.
Right? The
Wow.
outcome won't excuse you. So when you're complaining to me about it, all you're doing is making
An
an
excuse.
excuse. Yeah. And where's that ever got anybody? Who wants to hear
Absolutely
that from their
nowhere.
kids? Who wants to hear that from somebody you were relying on? Well, Sarita is relying on her awareness, but Sarita is telling her awareness, I can't afford it. And so I am says, oh, okay, out of all affordabilities in this circle, but you picked unaffordability or I can't afford it. So you now pull that out of the circle. And guess what? I am is going to power that experience like electricity powers a TV. Now your stuff is broke, but you want to go buy a new TV. Power went out. I am not. That's like cutting the light off. That's like pulling the power out. There's no way you can experience that thing because you are, I am not. I am unhappy. Not disassociated with happiness. I am unhappy. I am is still being powering something. This is I am. This is it. This is you. There is everything in this circle. I am is everything. What are you choosing to pull out? Most of us are choosing that. Like you chose, girl, you picked that. You could pick any car on this lot and you pick that. You could have any health in the world and you pick that. You could have as much money as you wanted and you pick. And how do we know? If I think Larry Ellison now is the richest person, but it goes back and forth. If Jeff Bezos were to describe himself financially, what would he say?
I am wealthy.
Okay, what's the first two words?
I am.
I am. Well, if Sarita, you to describe yourself, give me one attribute about yourself.
I am wealthy.
I am. So you and Jeff Bezos said the same thing, right? So that means both of you are doing what? Pulling from the same circle. He picked that and you picked that. He picked that and you picked that. And then you want to blame him for having too much money. Or you want to blame this person, this thing, that thing, over there, under here. You want to blame you're trying to put your on them. But the your is still you. They pick that and you pick that. You pick that.
You
You
pick
have
that?
the same, go ahead. You have the same access to this, you have the same access. And you pick that. So why did they pick, let's say, richest person in the world, and you pick I can't afford it? What makes one choose?
Awareness.
Awareness, yes. Okay. Step one, awareness. Okay. Step two, awareness of what?
Hmm.
Awareness of that first circle with everything in it.
So that awareness means, so that means what? That's correct. What does that mean?
That you're ignorant of the possibilities.
Or you are the opposite, which is what?
Well, I think she said it, unaware.
No, what's the opposite?
That I'm
Again,
aware of the possibilities and I refuse to pick them? How dare I?
If you're aware, it's good to be aware, but aware of what?
mm,
Aware is good. That's it. You can't be aware of anything without first being aware. But aware of what? You have awareness is I am. Aware of what? Then I'm aware of that I am, and what is I am? I'm aware that I am is everything. So then step three goes, well, if I am aware and I'm aware that I am is everything, that I am is awareness, and I am and awareness is everything, is the whole circle, then now I get to pick and choose what I'm aware of. Because no matter what I'm aware of, who is aware of it? Who is aware of it?
I
me.
am.
I
I
am.
am. So who do you think is powering what you choose to be aware of?
I am.
I
I
am.
am.
So when you say wifing, moneying, healthing, whatever it is, whatever you're experiencing, right, or expressing in physical nature, whatever you're expressing is happening from what you're experiencing. And when you say wifing or husbanding or marrying or moneying or thising or thating or this, the ing, the verb, the action is being driven by the awareness. If you don't know that you're I am, and what that means you are everything. You are the convict and the judge. You are the poor and the rich. You are the happy and the sad. And none of those things that I just mentioned can exist without or before I am. So if I am is going to be the one anyway that is powering up any of the ing that you're doing, then the only choice you have is the ing that you're doing. I am wifing. Okay, what does that mean to you? As your awareness, what does that mean to you? What does it mean? That is a personal, when you take that, all of us buy chicken when we come out the store, but like Sparkle Bailey said, we season it differently. Our awarenesses are different. Therefore, we create a different experience with this chicken, all of us, even though it's the same chicken to start with. Like, as I've said this before, it's the same. You are having your own individualized experience based on your awareness. Your awareness is what makes you season it the way you season it. Your awareness is determining the wifing, the experience that you're having, what you're expressing, what your relationship to this thing is. When you say I am, if you know that there you are, that means if you know that, if you're awareness, if you understand that I am is just awareness, it's just the circle. That's all it is. If you understand then that in this circle, I can pick anything because I am everything. When I pull this out, I am is powering whatever I pull out. If I understand that that's everything, then what do you think I am chooses in true nature? In its nature, what do you think I am chooses?
Are we talking about because you said it's no good or bad. They choose what they want.
Okay. Is that what you do?
I do now. Absolutely.
Right? Is that what you do? You choose what you, then where does they come from? Where does he come from? Where does the economy come from? Where does the weather come from? Where does all this, if I choose every time, then how, if then what I have in my hand, how is that not a reflection of my choice? How is it not?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Not. Can you
Not,
ask?
huh?
Can you ask that again?
If I am is everything, and I am has all the options. I am is rich, poor, whatever else it is. If I am is everything, when you pull something out of that circle and you are experiencing it now, you're having that experience with that thing, then who chose that?
I did. I am.
So then, how is, so then who's responsible for that?
I am.
So then, where did he come from? Where did they come from? Where did the
Mm,
weather come from? Where did tariffs come from? Where did the economy come from? Where did gender come from? Where did color come from? Where did racism come from? Where did sexism come from?
mm,
When did all of those things start to be included? And if they were to be included, who included them?
wow.
See, the reason I teach you all this way, the reason we talk about it this way is because when you understand that you are the circle and that everything you could ever desire to be, do, or have is in the circle, defined as I am. It is in your awareness. And when you know that, and when you know that is who you are, then you choose what you want. There's never anyone to, it's I am. Who else is with I am? Who else is with I am? Who else is there?
Nobody.
I am. You are everything.
Okay. So then if you are everything, then it's all your fault.
Mm-hmm. I
If you're
think
the only one, if you're the only one picking, it's all your fault. If you're successful, it's all your fault. That doesn't have to be a bad thing when I say it's all your fault, but it's to get you to understand I am is singular. There's only one. Isn't that what it says in the book? I am, and there is no other.
mm,
But if
I
I don't
am,
have nobody to blame, then it gets too heavy for me. I gotta blame them and they. They gotta share some of this weight.
right? But
but then
while
that
that
makes
is,
you powerless.
go ahead. Yes,
Yeah, I was going to say that makes you powerless when you
correct.
really have all the power.
Why, and
So
and it makes you powerless, Sarita. Correct. And why?
because you're putting it out on them, them, and all of that instead of taking on the power of your own.
So what essentially are you doing?
Giving away your power.
Correct. But what are you doing? Let's say it on the. That is true. What you're both saying is true. But I want to put it in different words because I want you to understand.
Making excuses.
Okay. But even worse, when
Mm.
you ask your when you ask your children a question,
Mm-hmm.
what do you I'm going to say it this way. When you ask your children a question and you already know the answer and they give you an answer different than that, what do you call that?
Bullshitting.
Okay. What else?
A
Lying.
lie.
Lie. What Monique said and what we all just said is what you're doing to yourself when you give away your power. And when your children do that to you, how do you feel?
Betrayed.
Well, when you give away your power, how do you feel?
Oh.
You don't accept it. You don't recognize it. You don't call it giving away your power
Correct.
because it's their fault.
Correct. That is why we're talking about it this way and using all the different words, because I want you to understand that how someone lying to you makes you feel is the same feeling you have when you've lied to yourself when you say I can't afford it. You've lied to yourself. You're betraying yourself.
Come on, coach.
So I want us to use words that we understand. Yes, you're giving away your power. Yeah, but I don't want it to get too cute. It's true. It is true. But I want to use words that you understand. Giving away your power is lying.
You're a liar.
You're lying. And just like you don't like it when someone lies to you,
Ooh.
I'm lying
when
to
you
you.
lie to yourself, it's worse. Because the person lying to you, you can say, get out my face. You could close the door. You could say, give me a minute. You could just stop talking to them, period. Cool. But if you lie to you, where do you go? What door do you close? How do you get away from that?
You can't.
You can't. So then
Mm.
so you now when someone lies to you and it really upsets you, what if you couldn't go anywhere? You had to stand there and look at them.
Mm. Ooh.
But that's what you have to do to you when you lie to you. Where are you gonna go? Everywhere you go, there you are. Where are you gonna go?
Ain't no hanging up the phone, no stomping
Nothing.
away.
Nothing.
Mm.
Nothing.
Mm.
Nothing. And guess what? So then you call your friend to do what?
Complain.
Complain. But you never realize that you're complaining, the complainer is complaining about the person that's complaining.
Jesus.
You're calling to complain
What?
about yourself. But that's why we're talking about this way, because I want you to understand when 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 you know how, especially for us parents, you know how you tell your children don't do something and then you saw them do it, but when they're doing it, you don't say anything. You just want to see how long they go. Right, you tell them to cut the TV off, right? Or you told them, don't go over there. But they don't. But you're older than them, so you know you're a little more savvy. So you see him out there, and you're like, okay, let me just see how long this is going to go. So then, when you're ready to crack them, you crack them. If and when you're ready, right? But if you never told them, does that mean you didn't know?
No.
No.
If they didn't know that you knew, does that mean you didn't know?
No.
So then you say, well, how long what were you doing out there? Oh, right. Well,
What happened? What happened
what
was
happened was, we was, right. And you just sitting there looking like, but they have no idea that you've been watching for 15 minutes. They have no idea. But that is like Monique talking to her awareness. Your awareness heard you complain all day. I can't afford it. I don't know how this is going to work. They never do this. It's never on time. I don't understand how it's going to happen. Oh, dear Father God, I believe in you. God is good. And I love the Lord. And I don't know. And your awareness sitting there like, doing the same thing you did. It's doing the same thing you did. When you watch your child stand out there and do something you told them not to do, and then you just want to see how long they were going to go with it. And then they come back, you ask them a question about it, and they come back and try to tell you some more other stuff that you literally watched was like, what you just described was nothing that I watched for 15 minutes. But you're trying to describe something that you want me to believe, not knowing that I saw what you were doing. How you describe it don't make it what it is. That would only work if I didn't know. So you coming back to your awareness with God is good, praise the Lord. And all the other craziness you're doing, God will make a way. You just told everybody half of the day that God didn't know what he was doing. Because what did you say? Hey, I can't afford it. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, who is God? I am. So how could God know what he's doing? And you said you don't. Who is talking? Isn't that God talking? Isn't I am talking? Hello? Isn't I am talking?
Yes.
So then God is talking. Well, who is that? You would say, well, that was me talking. If you're on the witness stand, then you say that was me. Okay, well then I am God, me, we're all the same. So if I stay all day, I can't afford it. Then I come back to God later on like it's something else or somebody else, and you wonder why it don't work. You said half of the day it wasn't going to work. You said half the day you can't afford it. You've been lying all day, but you want the outcome of truth. You've been lying all day. When you say you have this circle, okay, Karen, I see you. Hold on one second. You have this circle, and you pick that. You pick that. Out of everything you could have picked, you picked that.
That's what you gonna go with.
That's what you're gonna go with, right? That's like almost like you tell your kids. That's what you're gonna go with. That's your answer. That's what you're going with. This you understand right now. That's what you're gonna go with. Yes, Karen.
Oh, I just wanted to share on that end. My dear friend had a stroke a week ago. I went to see her yesterday, and we're talking about a lot of things. Anyway, at the end of the month, she's scheduled to go to Thailand, as am I with her. And she had a stroke. And she says to the doctor, will I be able to go to Thailand at the end of the month? And he is so professional and so fine and so smooth. And he gives her very common sense answers to her question. Well, there's a possibility that you still may fall again. And you know, over there, you are not going to be able to so easily get medical treatment. Anyway, she says, oh, I'm going to be depressed. I said, no, you're not. You are not going. It was as if the speaking came out of me that she's going to give herself a death sentence sitting in that chair alive in one of the best facilities here, getting therapy to accelerate her recovery. Oh, I'm going to be depressed. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because it's speaking to that circle with everything in it, that we have options to choose from. Thank you.
And look what, and in our ignorance, in our immaturity, look what we pick.
Yes. The worst.
Every time.
Nope, not me. I don't do that.
Right? This is maturity. Maturity isn't, it's usually associated with age, but maturity is a choice. It's still a choice. It's a choice what you tell yourself when you slip and fall. It's a choice when you tell yourself if you have a stroke afterward. What you gonna say now? You're gonna keep digging, right? They tell you stop digging, stop. You already stop digging. You're gonna keep going. Look at what we tell ourselves. We tell ourselves to get there. Look what we tell ourselves to stay there, and look how we tell ourselves to extend our stay.
How about that?
You chose that.
No,
In that
thank
circle,
you.
right? In that circle is greatness, beauty, wonder, amazing, wealth, prosperity, success, happiness, peace, joy, and you chose that. Somebody said to you, Sarita, hey, look, we're going to go to the Range Rover's place and I'm gonna get you. We go. Your man tells you, hey, we're going to the Range Rover place. I'm gonna buy you a brand new truck. You're like, nah. Let's just go on over to CarMax.
Mm.
I mean, this
Give
is
me.
he can buy you the truck. He told you, I want you to have the best one. Your awareness, God, does everything. Because it is omnipotent. It has the power to do everything. What does it say? I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. I am the Lord God, and I do all these things, and there is no other. No one can save you out of my hand. So what it can do doesn't mean it does. By nature, what does it say? I'm a God of the living, not of the dead. I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health. So God is saying, I can do anything, but by nature, I choose these things. I choose the things that tend to life. I choose the things that are beautiful. And what does it say? If there's anything wonderful, meditate on these things. I meditate on these things that are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, and of good report. And if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. Your nature is telling you what you really pick, what you tend to pick. But the possibility, the power, the omnipotence, the ability to you can pick anything. But your nature picks life. Humanity has been conditioned to pick death, and then use medication to extend it.
Mm.
So what does it say? Manage your diabetes. How do you do that?
No, thank you.
Manage your cancer. How do you do that? I just learned to live with it. What? You picked that? You picked that? You picked that. I'm the best player on my team. All my friends love me. Everybody at school respects me. Why don't you pick that? You picked that? Why would you pick that? Why would you pick they hate me? Why would you pick they don't respect me? Why would you pick they don't like me? Why would you pick they picking on me? Why would you pick they don't understand me? Why would you pick that I never get what I want? Why would you? Well, we'll see how it works. You picked that? You picked, out of all the things you picked that? You picked that? Who are you believing yourself to be to pick that? Now, if we flip the situation, Sarita goes to her man and be like, hey, I want to get this brand new truck, this Range Rover. And now in the other situation, he's like, hey, I want to take you to the I want to take you to the Range Rover place. I'm going to get you a brand new Range Rover. So he's like, nah, let's just go to CarMax. Okay.
Not the reader.
Okay. Now, Sarita, now we flip the script. So now Sarita's like, hey, babe, I want to go to Range Rover. I want to get this new truck I like. He's like, nah, I think we should go to CarMax. Sarita be getting the knife out. But it's okay. It's okay. But it's okay if you do it to yourself, but he does it, then it's a problem. But you don't mind saying you'll go to CarMax. But if he says it, how dare he?
How dare he? Right.
How dare he? But what does that mean? This is what most of us do. And why is that? Because we value more people. We value others more than ourselves.
Mm.
We think other people are more important than us. We think what they say, what they think, what they do, what they feel is more important than ourselves. So it don't mind if we say, nah, if I say I can't afford it, it's okay. But if Karen tells me, Lucky, you cannot afford that, I'm offended. Don't count my money. Don't look at my pocket. What you mean I can't afford? Oh, get an attitude and everything. But 2 minutes before I told Karen I can't afford it. Karen repeated what I said, but it's only offensive when she says
it. It's okay when I do it.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't count. No, I'm just telling the truth. I'm keeping it real.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, I'm keeping it real. Somebody else is a liar. They're a hater. If they tell me the same thing I tell myself, they're a hater. But I'm not. What part of where are we even? How does this make sense to anyone? Just imagine if you live the day as I am. Just as I am. Put Sarita to the side for a second, because Sarita is going to experience it, whether her name is Sarita or Helen or Barbara or Margaret, it doesn't matter. The name doesn't matter. The body doesn't matter. The name and the body are just going to express what awareness, what I am is experiencing, believing itself to be. So let's put the name and the body to the side for a second and just live as you truly are, which is awareness. So what if you walked out into the world today as just awareness?
Mm.
And you chose everything as just awareness. And you said, and realizing that this is actually what's happening.
Mm.
This is actually what's happening. Because Sarita is just the physical name of what?
Of I am.
Of I am.
Mm. Mm.
So then Sarita is only experiencing whatever I am is powering.
Mm-hmm.
So if Sarita is just the physical expression of it. So Sarita is the effect. She's the affected. Her awareness, which is I am, which is why she said, I am Sarita, then I am is creating, is the cause of the effect or the affected Sarita. So if today you walked out and you, after this call, you live the rest of the day as I am, meaning just consciousness, realizing that whatever you chose in mind, you would see with your hand or feel in your hand, then you would actually make a better choice.
Mm.
If you realize it's just about choices, because that's all consciousness and awareness does and uses to make what you call physical reality. Physical reality is the effect. It's the affected. It's the outcome of reality, consciousness. Consciousness is first, just like I am is before Sarita or Gavin or whoever else. I am is first. I am is first. So then whatever I am is aware of being, Gavin is going to express. Gavin is going to feel it. That's why you stopped your friend, Karen. I am going to be depressed. You're starting the engine of depression. You are literally plugged. Where's depression? Where's the outlet at? Oh yeah, okay, here you go. You plugged your awareness into depression. You went in here, in this pool of everything, and then you said, where is depression? So then you got depression, you found depression in here, and then you just brought it out like you did in the store, brought it out and put your name on it. Now you got your own individualized form of depression. From
Mm.
all that exists, you chose.
You chose that?
You chose that.
Mm.
And that's why Karen got so upset. But it was almost like Karen was talking to a child.
Mm-hmm.
But you are. You are. You're talking to an immature mind, an undeveloped mind. An undeveloped mind, it's not aware of who it really is. So therefore, it pays no attention to what it says. But that's just ignorance of the law. That's not against your will. That's just ignorance of the law. You just don't like what happened, but that ain't against your will. You don't have I don't see no police report. You were just unaware of what was going to happen to you because you're what? Unaware. And only the aware can stop you. Imagine what her friend would be going through if Karen weren't there to stop that. Imagine what your children would have done to themselves when they were young if you weren't there to stop that. None of us would have made it today. We probably all of us did all kind of crazy stuff at 1.5, 2.5, 3, 4. Thinking we're Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, Superwoman, thinking we can jump off of the good Lord, right?
I jumped off of everything.
Yes.
I jumped off
Yeah.
trees, everything. Even my
Everything.
grandmother's house. I didn't even tell my mom that. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah. Right? We're all about the experience. But maturity tells you which experiences are going to be good for you and probably not. But all experiences are available. And so the immature mind only thinks about experience. But that is good in certain ways. That's why it says, unless you're like a child, you won't enter the kingdom of heaven. Because adults have gotten so sophisticated that they've literally cut themselves off from all the good. Kids will pick any option. They'll pick steak and Fruit Loops for dinner. They'll eat them both. Same time. They'll take all the options. Adults got to have everything like, well, this is lunch and this is breakfast and this is dinner. We have literally gotten so smart that we're literally cut ourselves off from our good most of the time. Sarita, what are you doing? Oh, I can't afford it. Oh, and then she'll go into, I mean, she'll sound like Barack Obama. She'll sound like some kind of orator from Michael Eric Dyson. Well, you see, with the economy the way it is, when I just turned left and then I saw the news report and the NASDAQ, you know it slipped 25 points, don't you? And like you listen to your friends, boy, they will become brilliant, literal geniuses when it's for their bad, when it's against their good.
Mm.
Well, you know, Karen, you know, the doctor told me, and you know, I went online, I learned how to read brain scans. And while I was doing my studying of the brain scan, I saw that I have some type, I mean, you'd be like, where did you become a doctor? When it's against your good? When did you become a financial genius? When it's against your good? When did you learn how to do when did you become so smart? Every time it's against your good. Why did you pick that? Who must you have been believing yourself to be when you picked that? Who would pick that? Who would pick that? If you walk out today and you say, I am, that's all I am. Because that is all you are. You're not Gavin and you don't have a body. You do, but that's not you, it's yours. But that's different. It's your possession. If you lived as you truly are, your possession would have a much better time. What you consider yourself, your name and your body, that's not you, that's yours. Those are your possessions. And most of your possessions are suffering because you don't know who you are. Because you think you are your possessions and not the possessor. If you literally lived as you are, as I am, and I am just makes choices. Because I am, it's all my stuff, so I get to make the choices. I make the choices called experiences. That's the experience I want to have. And when I make that choice, that experience turns into a physical expression. It's literally that simple. Now, because of our conditioning and training, we have it can feel and seem hard to do, understandably, but even that is a choice now, but you know better. Do you want it or not? Do you want to have the physical experience of this thing or not? You cannot have that physical thing without that idea, without that awareness, without you saying that is me, that is mine, that is what I do, that is, but whether it is I am your or that is mine, I am. It's always your fault. It's always your responsibility. It's your life. You are the creator of your reality. According to your faith, be it unto you. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, right? And those that love it will eat the fruit thereof. You shall declare and decree a thing, and it shall come to pass. All that is singular. So when did this become a we thing? When did this become a democracy? When did that happen? And as soon as you made it one, you lied. And as soon as you lied, you disrespected yourself, and you have no shot at being whatever it is you wanted. You have now enslaved yourself. Because if the truth sets you free, a lie's got to do the opposite. You are I am. I am is not a body. I am is not a color. It's not a race, a creed, a culture, an ethnicity. It's not a gender. It is only consciousness. This is it. This is it. This is all you are. All you are is everything. What you are expressing physically is the things you pulled out of here. You are everything. You are I am. Whatever you attach after that is what you pulled out of everything. And you pulled that out. You pulled they hate me out of there. You pulled I can't afford it out of there. I can't see out of there. I can't help myself out of there. I'll never get the job out of there. Do you know what else is in here? They love me. I always get what I want. Everything I set my hand to prospers. I'm the best player on the team. I'm always healthy. I can always afford it. I always got more than enough. What does it say? The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. How in the hell can you not afford it if you got everything? If you have everything, how can you not afford it? Who else has it? If the earth is I am's, that's the Lord. I am is the Lord. The law. Whatever I tell myself is true is true. If the earth, if all the physical things are yours, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, everything and everyone on it, how can you not afford it? Why would you even need to buy it? It's yours. You're already the owner. What exactly are we talking about? But it all starts with I am. I am is you. I, infinite. Ab, father. Mem, mother. I, the infinite father, mother. The infinite creator of expression. You are the infinite creator of all that you express. There is no other creator in your life. Why? You're the one expressing it. Then who created it? Remember when Sparkle Bailey asked me a couple weeks ago about the drunk driver and the person who died? And then I told you last week, and I said, remember Martin Luther King's wife said, "Hey, he said I'm gonna die early, right? Or I'm gonna die like that," and he did. In order for you to die, there's got to be someone to do it. In order for you to go out that way, somebody has to do it. Well, the person who died is who? What?
The person who spoke it.
The person who died is who?
I am.
I am. The person who shot is who?
I am.
I am. So whose fault is it?
I am.
I am. There's only God in this world. Only God is doing things. There's no one else to do it. You didn't die at someone else's hand. You used someone else's hand to do it.
So question
Yes, ma'am.
So when we're, in the spiritual realm and we think about I am as God, and so who is the devil in this scenario? Is it our awareness of our unawareness?
Yeah, that's what does it say? Ignorance is the cause of all sin. Sin means or mistake. When we don't know better, we make mistakes, right? That's why when our kids are studying for a test, what do we do? When we want our kids to pass a grade or pass a test, what do we make them do?
Study.
In the book, what does it tell you to do?
Study to show ourselves approved.
How many people do that? So then how many people are walking around ignorant? And ignorance is the cause of all sin, of all mistake. So when you don't know better, you can't
do better.
You can only do what you
know.
So in order to increase your knowledge, you must
study.
And if you study, you do what?
You'll know.
You'll know. And if you know, then what will happen on the test?
You'll pass.
You'll pass. You'll be what you want to be. So what is the devil? The devil is the doubt. The devil is the opposite of faith. So the devil is not a real thing. It is just a character that is personifying doubt, the opposite of God. So when the snake, right, when the snake approached Adam and Eve, in order for Eve to do what she did, the snake had to change her mind, had to question herself. Well, did God surely say, "Are you sure?" Because come on, you mean to tell me God owns everything and you can't have that too? That's a hater. God is a hater. God is jealous of you. That's bullying.
Oh, wow.
Right? Well, when the devil took Jesus up on the mountain, right, on the mountaintop, right, up there high above the city. But guess what? Where did Jesus always go on his own?
In a
On the
mountain.
mountaintop.
On the mountaintop.
Solitude.
So then it's letting you know. It's
Oh,
letting
he
you
was
know.
already prepared.
It's right where. So then, guess what? Where does doubt take you? Where does doubt go?
Wherever you go.
No, where does doubt go?
Down to the depths with you.
No, Sarita, where did you say? What did you just say? You said
On
Jesus
a,
goes where? What, to the mountaintop? What did you
to
say
the
that
mountain.
was? What did you say about it? You said
Mm.
where everything.
Oh, I don't know.
You said where everything is already prepared.
Oh, okay.
So then where did the devil take Jesus? To the mountaintop. Where what?
Where everything was already prepared.
What did he say? He pointed to all the kingdoms, right? And said, if you
Yep.
bow down and worship me, you can have this, right?
All of this.
You can have
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
The doubt is going to the same place in your mind. It's going to your creative faculty to say, it's going to your decision-making faculty to say, are you going to choose life or death? Are you going to choose, I'm going to be depressed, or no, I'm not? You're either Karen or her friend. But both of them are making decisions from the same part of their mind. That's why Karen stopped her, because she knew if she makes a decision from there, it is absolutely going to show up physically. So the devil is the antithesis. It's the opposite of your faith. So your faith is, I am this. The devil is, no, you're not. Why? How? Who? What? It's just to get you to question yourself. So then, but who are you questioning? Who are you questioning?
I am.
I am yourself. So if you don't know that you're I am, if you think you're just Gavin, then guess what you end up with? This little light of mine. How does Gavin have this little light of mine if Gavin is I am? How do you have a little light if you made the sun?
Mm.
I am made the sun. And that's who you are. Gavin is just the person experiencing what I am made. So how do you have a little light if you made the sun? Why would you choose depression when you could choose victory? Why would you have this and choose that?
Why would you choose?
Why would you do that? But why do we do that? Because we think we're what we see in the mirror. We think we are just flesh and bones. We forget that we are just I am, that has flesh and bones, that is possessing that. I am just in this body. I'm not this body. That's I say things to impress a point upon you. That's what I mean when I say you're not black. I'm not saying that black is good or black. I'm saying that's not who you are, whether it is good or bad. That is not who you are. That's not who you are. That is what you're in. That is the color or the gender or the name of your possession. But that is not who you are. If you think you're black, do you know how limited most people will feel when they say that? Or if you think you're a woman, do you know how limited you'll feel if you say that? A human body is a limited faculty in the first place. If you identify yourself with it, why do you think your dreams are so limited? Why do you think your possibilities are so limited? You are literally using what you think you are to decide what's next. You can go from the unlimited budget of I am to the limited budget of Gavin. If that's all you think you are. If you realize I am and I'm the possessor, owner of Gavin, owner of a black body, owner of a woman body, if I'm Monique or Sarita or whatever, then okay, cool. Then I understand this is my possession. It's not me. So I'm not limited by my possession. What does that mean? My mom was getting ready to drive a car the other one day, and she was like, I didn't want to drive this one. So she got in and drove another car. See how easy that is? When you don't think you're the car? When you don't think you're just Gavin, then guess what? You can go from I am not to I am. You just make another choice because you realize I'm not this physical thing I'm in or that I own. I am the owner. I can use this body to use another one. I can have this experience or have that one. I can drive this car, drive another one. I'm not stuck with the car. I'm the owner of the car. The car can't make me get in it, can't make me stay in it, or can't make me go anywhere. And if I don't want to drive it, if I start to drive it, I'm like, I don't feel like that. I'm gonna drive the other car, then I'm gonna do that. See how easy it is when you understand your relationship properly to things? You're no more stuck in your body than you are in your car. You can make a different choice in your life like my mom made with her car. Your life is yours, just like it's your car. It's yours. It's your body. It's your life. It's your car. It's your house. It's your arm. It's your money. It's yours. But who are you? I am. So then, according to what you think I am is, then your relationship to your is either good or bad, strong or weak, on or off. But you're basing that on who you think you are, on what I am means to you. But we're using limited faculties to try to make unlimited, to have unlimited options. And it doesn't work like that. The devil is just your awareness. So the devil is it is essentially, it's essentially your untamed, untrained awareness.
Mm.
It's when you haven't, it is when you know who you are, it's easier to know who you aren't.
Mm.
When what did Jesus say? No, when the devil was talking to him, what did Jesus say? No, you don't. I don't tempt God. No, I have food that you know not of. No, I'm not going to do this. No, it made it easy for him to tell the devil no because he knew who he was.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who you are, how do you know who you aren't? If you don't know what's a good idea, how do you identify what's a bad one? Isn't that what we're teaching our kids at a very young age? Don't play with that, or make sure you wipe this off, or make sure you're teaching them things so they can separate what they should or shouldn't, how they should or how they shouldn't, if they should or if they shouldn't. You're separating. You're helping them to learn how to make choices and decisions, cutting off this from that. But if no one is there to do that, how do they know they shouldn't run out in the street and chase the ball? How do they know they shouldn't put that in the light socket?
Mm.
How do they know they shouldn't play catch in the house around the TV? Yeah, it's only a bad idea if you know better. It's not a bad idea if you're 2 or 3 or 4 years old and you just have to have a good time. You're willing to have a good time wherever it is. Right? So the devil is literally just your untamed awareness. It is your consciousness that you haven't tamed to say, no, these are the rules. It's almost like a child with no home training. So in the house, they're doing crazy stuff and you take them to Ross and it's even worse. Now it's crazy in public. That's what it is. It is just your mind untamed. That's what your disciples are for. The 12 disciplines of mind. Disciples means, that's where the word discipline comes from. It means to be taught daily. So Jesus was the master of his disciples, was the head of his disciples. Your awareness have to be the teacher of your disciplines, of the different aspects of your consciousness. All those disciples' names meant something. They were talking about the 12 aspects of your consciousness, the 12 disciplines of your mind. Go on YouTube later or sometime this week, and Neville Goddard has a great thing talking about the 12 disciples. And it tells you the name and what they mean. And it's talking about all the different disciplines of your mind that you have to discipline in order for your mind to function properly. That's how you keep the devil out. That's how you keep doubt. That's how you deal with it. When you want to be something and then that untamed part of your mind says, we can't do that. How are we going to do that? And you say, by this, because I'm this, because I'm that. I won't hear that. No, that's not true. No, this is how it is. No, this is how it's going to work. I am what I said I am. Whatever I tell myself is true. That is what your disciplines will do. Your disciples will do for you. They will guard your mind and keep like a bouncer at a club. They'll keep all the unpermitted things out. That's their job, is to keep your mind in peace, to shield it from the world. But if you haven't tamed them, if you haven't taught them, then they're letting everybody in. Come on in, everybody, come on in. Can you imagine a nightclub with no security? Just no security. Right. How long is that going to last? That's most people's brain. It's a nightclub with no security. Just everybody's in there. Your mom, your dad, your cousin, your brother. Everybody's telling you what to do. Everybody's telling you what to think. And most people talking to you don't know how to think. And they're telling you what to think. How does that work? That's like your child is 3 weeks old. They don't know how to drive and they're telling you where to go. Turn right. What?
Learn how to hold your neck up first.
Exactly. Look how many people tell you what to do and their neck ain't up. It all starts with the same. It all starts with one thing. I am. This circle, I am. That's all you are. That's all you ever have been, all you ever will be. I am. I am is like this circle, and the owner of this circle, it possesses all things. I am is the owner operator. It is the creative control of everything. Everything you see in the physical world. If somebody made a TV, who was that?
I am.
If somebody made a gun, who was that?
I am.
If somebody made the bullet, who is that?
I am.
If somebody's in jail, who is that?
I am.
If somebody's the judge, who is that?
I am.
If somebody's rich, who is that?
I
I
am.
If
am.
somebody's poor, who is that? What?
That's I am too.
That's I am too, right? That's how that person would describe themselves, right? Now they're describing themselves in ignorance. So when they're poor, they're generally suffering because when you're ignorant, it causes error, which causes suffering. But I am poor too. I am rich too. I am is everything. So then that lets you know I am is the only thing. So then your awareness, I am, your consciousness is the creator, controller, operator of all that exists after it. So when you say I am rich, you're saying, okay, I'm aware of being, as the owner, creator, controller of all things, I am now going to express this. Who is there with I am?
Nobody.
Okay.
No
So if
one.
you say I am rich, who is going to prevent that from happening?
No
Only
one.
me.
I'm sorry?
Only me.
Okay, but who besides you, who is going to
No.
prevent that from
No
happening?
one.
Nobody.
No one.
So then where did they come from?
Oh.
Where does he come from? Where does the economy come from? Where does market saturation come from?
It was all
Where does 2
created
to
by
5
I
years?
am.
Say it again, Latoya.
It was all created by I am.
Believing itself to be they are. But you only get what you believe. I am. There's no one else to believe. I am, he is, they are, she is. You have to know when to put these things in. You have to know, just like I am. That means whatever I tell myself is true is true. We are. That means we're all talking together. But I'm talking to you. I'm not praying to you. So I don't care what you think because I'm not praying to you. Now, if I was praying to Latoya, then I have to say, Latoya, can you please? And Latoya says, I need $5. Well, I have to give her what she asked for because that's who I'm praying to. If I'm not praying to Latoya and I want this thing, then I'm like, hey, Latoya, I'm about to get this thing. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, well, I said I am, so it doesn't really matter because I didn't ask you. I told you, but I'm not asking for your help or your permission. I prayed to me. I said I am this. I identify myself as that. You have to separate who you're praying to and who you're talking to. I am is who you're praying to. They are. Anything outside of that is who you're talking to. I am is the only creator. They are, he is, she is, we are. That's not That's not I am. Therefore, that's not the creator. That's not the one controlling your physical experience and expression. That's not. Only you are. You may have given them permission to do it, but you gave them that power. They couldn't take it from you because your consciousness, you're not physical. Can somebody take your brain? Somebody put the hand in it and be like, scrambled up and be like, think like this now? Nobody can make you think anything you don't. Nobody can make you think anything you don't want to think. Oh, they can apply pressure. Isn't that what the devil did? Apply pressure. But Jesus was like, yeah, no, because I know who I am. Pressure only matters when you don't know who you are. And most of us are trying to do things and we don't know who we are. So we think it's hard. So guess what? Then we make it hard. It's not hard till you think it's hard. But it's got to be what you think. Because you're I am. Who's thinking? I am. You can't get away from it. I am is in everything, and I am prefaces everything. And so therefore the outcome of everything is I am in physical form. There is no exemptions, there are no exceptions. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you is based on who you think you are. Who you think you are is based on your awareness of yourself, your knowledge of yourself. That's why it says, know thyself. Know thyself. How many people actually do?
So be true.
I mean, all of us are continuously expanding our awareness of ourselves. We're getting to know ourselves better. But how do you know that we don't know ourselves all the way completely yet? Because we'll still say something stupid. We'll still hold a belief that if we knew who we are, we would never hold that belief. Right? Even if it's only for 2 seconds. And we caught ourselves. We're like, okay, I got it. Right? But that's good. That's good too. That means we have expanded still. Right? We get better and better where now ultimately we won't ever think that again. We won't entertain that again. We're going from entertaining it and owning it and operating it to less and less and less and less and less. But every once in a while, we'll think something and we'll be like, why did I entertain that? Good Lord. Right? Where if you knew who you were, you would never say that. You would never agree with that. You would never believe that to either be true, and even better yet, to even be possible. If you know something's not even possible for you, why are you wouldn't even worry about whether it was true or not. Latoya, you robbed a bank. If you know literally in your mind, what would there be to argue about? So when the devil comes, if you know that's not you, what are you arguing with doubt for? Doubt doesn't have anything to hang on. It doesn't have anything to put its claws into. But it ain't there for no reason. It's doing a status check. Hey, you awake? You know. It's just doing a status check. If you know that's not, Latoya, you robbed a bank. Okay, anyway. So I'm about to go to the store. You guys want something? How long would you entertain that? Not at all, because you know, well, how much do you know like that? Everything that you don't know like that is why you start entertaining things. That's why you start entertaining the devil. You start entertaining things that if you knew, you wouldn't entertain.
Can I say something
Yes.
real quick?
Yes.
This reminds me of a time that I heard about a story, and it's crazy because I learned this through a pastor of mine, and he was saying that when it comes to like studying the Bible and studying religion, if you were to the stores when they take the $100 bills, they take them high money amounts. You have to study what the real one is so that you can spot fake. So if you know. So I'm thinking, okay, this studying, this showing ourselves, like knowing, like if you know what the real is, you're not going to entertain the fake at all. You're going to be able to spot it from a mile away. And you're going to be like, that's not who I am.
And that's why it's so important, because the fake dollar, the fake $100 bill, what's the difference between a fake $100 bill and poor health? They're both not the natural truth. If poor health was true, what are we praying for? Why are we praying for somebody to get over it? Right? Just let it be what it is then. But what is your body always trying to do? When you cut yourself, what does your body do?
Trying to heal.
Feel it.
Heal it up. When you have a
Go back
fever,
to homeostasis.
yes, it's always trying to bring you back to that homeostasis, to that original point. And that original point is health. That's why it's always trying to bring you back. Right? And the closer it gets back to it, the better you feel, right? The further you get away from it, the worse you feel. There's no difference between a fake dollar and poor health. There's no between a fake dollar, poor health, and a poor relationship. There's no the nature is good. Nature is good. But if you don't know that, you'll settle for things you shouldn't. You'll accept a counterfeit. Whether it's a dollar, whether it is health, you'll accept something you shouldn't because you don't know. You haven't studied that dollar. You haven't studied the truth of something, whether it's of a thing or of first and foremost of yourself. You don't know yourself. You don't know that you are I am. You are all that is. That seems like this big gigantic thing. It seems like this big connotatively religious thing. It's not. I am is just consciousness. You are consciousness. You are all that is. Everything you see in physical form comes from that consciousness. And there's nothing physically happening in your life from your body, everything you can touch, anything in your 5 sense realm landed there from consciousness. Anything in your 5 sense realm is not self-created. Not one thing. Not one thing. So if you understand that, then if you want to create something, meaning you want to have a different experience in your 5 sense realm, you have to go to the creative aspect. You have to go to the owner, to the cause. And then, like Latoya said, really study it, meaning put your attention on that thing. I am now going to study health. I am now going to study wealth. What does that mean? It means I am literally going to put my awareness on having this thing, being this thing, associating myself with this thing that exists that I have not physically expressed yet. But it's because that hasn't been in my awareness. If your children have a test, you want them to study because you want them to acquire the knowledge that the test is going to mandate. If they have it, they pass it. If they don't, they don't. But the information is there. It's just a matter of whether you're going to study it or not. The money is there. The health is there. The success is there. Are you going to study it or not? To pass the test, to bring it into your physical world. I'll give you an example. Meditation. What does that word mean?
To study.
Not bad.
Stillness.
Not bad. Say it again.
Stillness.
Stillness. Okay. Okay. Yes.
Results.
Result.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It means two things, really. One, it means in the middle. It means middle. You are putting your awareness is in the middle of the physical world and the conscious and the non-physical world. And you're using that to bring from the non-physical world the awareness of something to the physical expression of it. You're mediating. You're bringing it from one thing to another. Meditating. You're in the middle of two worlds. You're always in the middle of two worlds. You have a consciousness and you have a physicality that's created by it. And you're always using your consciousness to have a physical experience or expression of it. So you're in the middle, mediating the two worlds. The second thing is what do they call it? They call it it's a legal term. They call it what?
Meditated.
Meditated.
Premeditated.
Premeditated. And when it's premeditated, isn't the penalty more severe?
Mm-hmm.
Premeditated. Meditation. It means you have been entertaining something.
Mm.
You've been entertaining something. Now, you don't get in trouble when you entertain it. You get in trouble when it's actualized, when you commit the crime, right? But how do you think you committed the crime? And if it's premeditated, when people say it's premeditated, what are they saying?
That you thought about this.
You thought about this.
Because you thought about it and you're thinking about it. What does thinking about it usually make you do?
Action.
Plan on it.
Plan.
Put plans together and
Put plans together. So first you thought, then you created a
Plan.
and then you
Acted on it.
executed. Period.
premeditated. How you gonna say you didn't know? That ain't gonna work. Premeditated. So when we talk about meditation, all of you really said it. You start thinking about. You have to start premeditating things. Start putting your attention on something. But watch this. Watch this. People always say take action. When we're in all these groups and things that we're in, everybody's always trying to get you to take a whole bunch of do this, and you need to be doing this, and you need to be doing this, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing this. Isn't that what they say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go through the premeditation again. What's first? Go through it.
Thought.
Thought. Okay, so then what's next?
Plan.
Okay, so the plan is
And then
based on
action.
what? So the plan is based on what?
The thought.
So then if the thought is, I'm broke, and you start your business, what kind of plan are you going to have?
A broken.
One that doesn't generate revenue.
Because that is what the plan is a reflection of, your thought. The plan can't be a reflection of your action. Your action is a reflection of the plan. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have plan. You have thoughts. You have thought. You have plan. And then you have the action or the outcome. Right? Okay. So this is super messy, but so what? You have the thought. So when people say they want you to take action, you need to start doing something. Okay, but you can't do anything before you have a what?
Plan.
And you can't have a plan before you have a what?
A thought.
So then the thought is dictating your
Plan.
and your plan is dictating your
Action.
and so wait a minute. So if the thought is broke, what kind of plan do you have?
A broke
A
thought.
broke.
A
Broke plan.
Okay, if you have a broke plan, what kind of action are you
Broke people stuff.
broke? So then what does your action do for you?
Fulfills. It fulfills.
It fulfills what?
Yeah, broke thought.
Being broke.
So then you end up with the same thing you started with, which was what?
Broke.
Nothing.
Broke. Nothing. But you've wore yourself out. You've stayed up all night. You called all your friends. You did all of your social media. You did all that stuff, and you wonder why things don't change. But what we wrote down is the law. The law is I am is the thought. The plan is whatever I am rich. That's the plan. I am is the awareness, the thought. The plan is like that's like what you want to be. That is what you're going to use to be the vehicle, but it's really like I am this. The thought this. So the thought creates the plan, and the plan is what dictates the action. So the thought is the parent of plan, and the plan is the parent of action. So how is little Marlon gonna go somewhere? How is Marlon gonna create an action without the plan, without his dad saying yeah? How's that gonna work out?
It's not unless I approve it.
Correct. So if you don't approve it, if you don't approve the thought, what plan is gonna happen? Nothing. If you don't approve the plan, what actions are gonna happen? Nothing. So then what do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Standing still.
Nothing. Still, but guess what? You're still burning gas, still burning tires. You ever got your tires stuck in the mud?
Yeah.
And you see, or like you see it in a movie,
Just spinning.
spinning, but they're doing something, but they're spinning. And the longer they do it and the more they spin, the more what happens to them? They get more frustrated. You just go deeper down in the mud. Now you're burning your tires up, burning your gas up, burning your engine up. And where are you?
More stuck in the
In
same
the
spot.
same spot.
And it's just worse. Remember the lady with the issue of blood? She spent all her money up at all the physicians. And what happened to her?
Nothing.
Nothing. And what
Still had
changed
the
it?
issue.
What changed it?
I thought.
Her thought. And her thought went from the physician, from the physical world to where?
Inside.
Easy.
Inside. If I could just touch the hem of his garment. Inside. So, Sarita, to your point, when you keep spending all your money on physicians, because you always keep saying outside, that's right. When the lady with the issue of blood, she kept going outside. She spent all she had on the physicians. And what did they say? What did they say happened when she did that?
Nothing. And she got worse.
She got worse. Yeah, nothing didn't happen. She got worse.
Mm-hmm.
She got worse. When you're spinning that tire in the mud, is anything happening?
No, you
No,
going
but
deeper
Well,
in.
it get
You
but
going
worse to
deeper in.
but
burn
it's
up the
getting worse.
tire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're actually making, look at how the laws are the same. It's a law. That's why the book is giving you laws. They're telling you how to think. And we're using physical examples so that you can see how it's the same. She spent up all she had and it got worse. You spin your tires and you're worse. You're in the same spot and worse. You're deeper in the mud. Now you got less tire traction and you spent burning your gas up and your engine is hot. And you're still right where you were. Now you're exhausted. And then what do most people do at that point?
They throw in the
Keep
towel
pushing.
or
Keep
blame
pushing.
they.
Most people do that.
Give
Tony?
up.
No, they quit.
They give up.
Give up.
Stop the sombrero. They quit. They
Stop.
quit. They quit. They give up. They give in.
Throw in the
But
towel.
they're working according to how should broke work.
Not
If
how
your
should
TV
it
is broke, does it work?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay. If your plan is broke, how do you expect it to work?
Mm.
If your action is broke, how do you expect it to work? If you started with broke and your plan was broke and your action was broke, how do you expect this to fix it? Out of all the things, you chose that? Out of all the I ams you could be, you chose I am broke? That's what you chose?
Mm.
So now you're just going through this. I am thought. I thought, plan, action. I thought, I am broke. Plan. Let's stay broke. Action. Let's work this broke out. Let's break something. Let's keep it broke. It's broke. Don't fix it. Just tell yourself the truth. This is what you're doing. But nobody's telling you this. Everybody's acting like you can take some kind of action that's different than your plan, and your plan is different than your thinking. And they act like you can have a different order. You don't have a different order. This is the order. This is the order that it always happens. Whether you're conscious of it or not, that's the order. You can't have a plan. What is your plan based on? It's got to be based on a thought. Like you have an idea of something, so you create a plan to make that work, right? You don't have a plan without a thought. So then how is your plan different than your thought? How is the thing you're going to do about it different than what you're doing it for? How's that? And how do you think your action is going to be different than your plan? The end is what you started with. You started with the thought. The action or the outcome is the physical reflection of the thought. The broke is what you started with. The action is the result of it and the outcome of it. The plan ain't going to change that. The plan is just going to ensure that it happens. The plan is the mechanism or the means that you are using to arrive there. Marlon had a thought of going to work. He used his car to go to work, and now guess where he is? At work. Aren't all those the same? Didn't he end up with what he thought, with what he started with? What does a car got to do with it? The car is just a mechanism, the means you used. But it's based on that. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that you are I am. You're not Marlon. You're not black. You're not a man. Those are your possessions. You are I am. And if you live your life as I am, as consciousness, which means consciousness thinks, and consciousness in its right mind thinks properly. Isn't that what we're raising our kids to do? Well, that's what you have to raise your mind to do. You have to discipline your mind as Jesus. Your mind and all its faculties, emotions, thoughts, feelings. When it feels fear, you have to be Jesus. You have to step in and say, no, no. The disciplines will say, hey, man, somebody's in here. Should we let him in? And you're the owner. Nah, he's not dressed appropriately. Nah, he has a weapon. Nah, he was fighting last week. That's what your disciples are there for. They're there to guard you and protect your mind, to protect the nightclub so that nothing or no one gets in without your permission. But if your disciples are over there asleep, if your disciples are over there eating, if your disciples are over there smoking, disciples are over there drinking, disciples are in the parking lot with the crowd, who's protecting you? If you haven't disciplined your mind, how is it going to protect you from your friends, from your family, from your sister, your brother, your mother, and everybody else who tells you you can't do that? They in the club with you now, causing all kind of chaos. Right? You are consciousness. And according to that consciousness, Marlon is expressing it. The physical body is being put through it. So when Marlon had a thought and got in his car is going through the thought. Where are we going? How long we going? How fast we going? Your car is the expression of that thought. That's what you're using. Marlon is being used by I am, by consciousness. That's all consciousness is. I am. It is just awareness. And the body that you have with the name that you've named it is expressing what you're thinking, what you're aware of being. Your body doesn't have a heart attack. The heart has never attacked anyone. Heart ain't got up and ran after nobody. You don't have high blood pressure. You have a thought. You have an awareness of health. You have an awareness in the health area that is being expressed as high blood pressure. You are not aware of being healthy. You're aware of being unhealthy. And that level of awareness, to the extent that is being high blood pressure, is being cancer, is being this or that. Your body is only expressing. It's the mechanism that you're using that you can see in physical form what you're aware of being. But this is the causative faculty. This is the expression. This is not doing anything but what's being done to it. It's not doing anything to you. It's only doing you. It's where you're going to physically express it in this world. That's what we have to understand. All you are is I am. If you put the body in your name and your body to the side for a minute, just today, and say, okay, I'm not my body and I'm not my name. I'm only I am. I'm not the body and the name. I'm I am. So that means every decision I make today is going to be coming from I am, as I am. And I know I am is what people call God. I know what I am is the only cause and creator of all things in the sense realm, in the 5 sense world. So if I'm only that, then whatever choice I make in here is the only thing I can see out here. So if I learn If I learn to make better choices by remembering I am, and I am is only consciousness. If I learn that I'm only my choices, meaning what I'm choosing, that's the only thing that can be shown to me in the physical 5 sense realm. If I master here, then this is inevitable. If I master here, this is the outcome. This is the outcome of here. This is the outcome of here. We're so worried about this, we're not paying attention to what's happening in here. In here. So today, put down the body, put down the name, and make choices only as consciousness. And consciousness is I am. I am is this circle, meaning it has everything in it. And I want you to make choices about what you pull out. And whatever you pull out, you're saying I am is, or I am has, or I am does. Make choices that way and see what happens to you. Don't condition your choices on the physical world. If the physical world doesn't have anything to offer you, the physical world is only the outcome of the choices you're making. Choose from everything that exists. And when whatever you pull out becomes physical. It's all here. It's just not physical. Whatever you pull out of here becomes physical. So put all of your, I'm going to say it this way, your effort, your attention, your focus on the circle. I am and everything in this circle. So whatever I am wants to pull out in this circle becomes physical. Everything. You're using the physical to try to break into I am. That's like trying to break into heaven. It ain't going to happen. Can't break in. You can't break in, right? You have to go in. You have to realize that I am is in. I am is it. And make decisions from the inside out. From the inside out. I am is everything. It's the only thing. You make choices from here out. And whatever choice you make in here becomes seen out. Nobody can see in here. Nobody can see in this circle. But whatever you pull out of the circle becomes seen. Whatever you choose in consciousness becomes seen. Whatever you say, I am this, I am that, I am a wife, you're pulling wife out of all possibilities. And that possibility is based on I am. So whatever I am is believing itself to be a wife, but not only a wife or a husband, or a business owner, but I am. Who is I am in the sense of what am I thinking? Do I realize that this is all powerful, that whatever I say goes? Then that means if I'm a wife or a business owner, then whatever I say about being a wife, it is. Whatever I say about being a business owner, it is. That is how I'm going to experience it. Not only the title, but the experience of it. There's thousands of millions of wives. They're all having different experiences. There's men who love their wives, and there's Ike Turner. They're both wives. They both had wives, didn't they? There's men who love their wives, and then there's Ike Turner. But so both of them had wives. So the name is the same. That's why I tell you, it's not just about the name. What do you mean when you say I'm a wife? What does that mean to you? You can choose wife, but you can also choose what that means. What does that mean to you? I'm a business owner. You can choose business owner. What does that mean to you? I am gets to choose business owner and what that means. You get to choose everything, not just one thing. So you're not just a wife, but I'm stuck to whatever the hell that means to them, to him. I'm not just a business owner and I'm stuck with whatever that means to society, to the economy, to it's tax season, or it's not tax season, or to tariffs, or to, no, don't give your power away to any created thing. You're the only creator. I am is the only creator. What is created is also I am's. You get to choose everything. Pick that. Don't pick that. Don't pick that. You are a business owner. Pick that. What does that mean to you? Pick the business owner as I am. Well, if I can pick anything because I am, I picked the business owner. Now, if I can pick anything as a business owner as I am, then why wouldn't I pick the best? Why wouldn't I be healthy? Why wouldn't I be whole? That's my nature. Why wouldn't I be successful? Why wouldn't I prosper? Why wouldn't I have the best of everything? Whether it's customers, employees, money, health, business, success. Why in my nature as I am, if I know what that really means, why wouldn't I have what that really means? Why would I settle for less? Why would I am settle? I want you to understand that. I want you to choose as who you really are, not as a physical body with a name, as I am that is your name, as I am that makes all physical things, as I am that is the creator, owner, operator of all things. Choose here and it will be shown to you here. You're not limited in what you can choose, but you think you're a human, so you're limited with what you choose. You let your humanity limit you when this circle is unlimited. But your humanity goes like this. I am goes like that. This is who you are. And so you pick from who you are to then so that Marlon can live a better life. Marlon can have a better expression. I am can do everything. Marlon is getting everything done too by his awareness. So Marlon gets to pick, what am I aware of being? Okay, I'm aware of having a business. What am I aware that business is supposed to be like? I'm aware of being a father. I'm aware of being a mother. I'm aware of being an athlete. I'm aware of being this and that or the other. I am is aware of being everything. You get to choose what you're aware of, and you get to choose what that means. Only you choose that. As soon as you give your power away by saying they or them or it or the economy or the weather, as soon as you go out, you starve. As soon as you go out, you have the issue of blood. You can't close the situation. You can't create because your womb is still open. You can't create. You can't hold it. The womb of God can't hold the expression. Your consciousness can't create. It can't hold it because you keep giving it away. You won't close it. You keep leaving it open for everybody's interpretation, everyone's opinion, everyone's advice, everyone's perspective. Everyone got done. Haven't you noticed when you tell people something, everybody got something to say? But how many Jesuses were there? Huh. Why does it matter what everybody else has something to say if there's only one Jesus? Why does it matter what everybody else has to say if there's only one I am? It only matters what you have to say. Right? All right. Any questions or anything like that before I let you go? Is everybody understanding? I want you to apply this in everyday life. This is not, I'm going to say it this way on purpose. This is not church. This is not a sermon. This is not a service. This isn't some kind of connotative religious thing where you come to feel good, clap your hands, wear a nice outfit, and tell everybody you went today. And that's not what this is for. I want you to be able to take this and live this on the ground level. I want you to live this on the street level. I want you to live this at Tuesday at 11:19 a.m. I want you to use this when the phone rings. This is a lifestyle. It's every day with everything. You are I am every day with everything. When you stop thinking that, when you stop remembering that, when you stop being that, you now relegate yourself to suffering. It's only a matter of time. When you start thinking you're just Marlon, that's the only way you could think that you have a little light that can shine. When you are I am that created the sun. You can't be both. You're always thinking you're one or the other. Our tendency in humanity, because humanity is physical, so that's all it praises, is what it can see in the five sense realm. That's the only thing it thinks is real, but it's not. What humanity thinks is real was created for it. It didn't create it itself. So whatever you're willing to pull out of this circle, millions, success, health, wife, husband, great player, baseball player, great, whatever you're willing to pull out of this circle, when you know your I am, you know this whole circle is yours. When you know your I am, you know everything you could ever want to experience out here is in here. So then you say, I'm going to go in here to pull this out. And I'm pulling this out because it's this. And I'm pulling this out because it's this. And this means this to me. I have a business. I'm going to pull business out here. I'm pulling business out here because business to me means this. It means I have $10 million a year, or I have the perfect clients, or I have money so easy for me to make, or I am happy, or you pull out whatever you want out here to become physical. I want you to understand that so that you think about it, so that you live this way with everything, not some things, not a couple things, not when you get around to it, not when you remember. It's a lifestyle. That's what I mean when I say it's not church. It's not just 2 hours. It's not just an outfit. It's not just what you're wearing. It's not what direction you're facing. It's not candles and beads and incense. It's a lifestyle. This is your experience at stake. This is your experience at stake, and understand that you can choose anything. When you know that you are I am, you can choose anything. You're not limited by what you have been, by where you are now, by what you have or what you don't have. You're not limited. Those things all those things that all those things that I just mentioned are just the physical expressions of what you had been thinking. You don't have to keep thinking that. You can think more, better, greater, different. You can stop thinking that. That's what I want us to get. That's what I want us to understand. All right. Anything before I let you all go?
Coach, I'm not sure who's gonna put the replay up for you because Vero's not here right now, but we're gonna get this replay going because this was so phenomenal. The notes that I took was awesome. I needed to just be reminded. I'm making all these decisions. I chose that. The more I hold myself accountable, the more I can't hold others accountable for my I am. This is my movie. This is my kitchen. I'm deciding the characters. I'm deciding the experiences. I'm choosing everything. So why did you choose that? I just keep replaying that over and over in my head. So of all the things you could have chosen, why did you choose that?
Well, we always choose things to express what we're aware of being. And we always are aware of being whatever we either choose or allow. There's some things we think as adults because we found out, we read it, or we whatever else. There's some things we think because we were told that and we believed it. Right? So we're always aware of being, whether it is our awareness that created it or whether we adopted or adapted someone else's. Then that awareness we use to create a plan of expression. Right? So then we have to become more cognizant of what we are choosing to think now. Doesn't matter how long we've had something. It was darkness. I said, let there be light. We're never trapped, right? We just get to choose something different when we know who we are. We know we can do that. And then once we realize, we look around, if we don't want something, we change our mind. But a lot of times, our physical world is only here to show us who we are being right now in mind. It's not creative. It's only created. It's only expressive. So we always get to choose, right? And so we can ask ourselves why we chose that. That's important sometimes to stop us from choosing it again next time. But the most important thing is, get out first, and then you can look back if you choose. But we can always change our mind. God, it was darkness. God didn't say, well, why is it dark? God just said, let there be light. The lady didn't say, oh, well, I spent up all my money for 12 years. I guess I'm doomed. No. She came up, like Latoya said, she changed her mind. She got a new idea. She was like, man, I've done everything I thought I was supposed to do, and that ain't enough. Let me do what I need to do. It doesn't matter what you think. You need to know what to do. Touch the hem of the garment. She did everything she thought. That didn't help. It don't matter what you think if you don't know. Right? You ever sat down on a test and didn't study? Doesn't matter what you think. You don't know.
Right.
Right? Same thing. She spent 12 years. All her money, it was worse. Don't matter what you think. It only matters what you know. Right? They're not grading the test on what you thought. They're grading on what you know. It's either right or wrong. You're either I am or you're something, or you're whatever else you think you are, but it's not two, it's only one.
This
Right?
replay is gonna be fire.
Yes. One. All right. Anyone else before I let you go?
That was amazing.
All good. All
Amazing.
good.
Thank you, Coach.
Good, good.
I
Glad
have
to
a
have
I have a special announcement. Somebody's birthday. Somebody made it to another year. Yeah, she's getting called out. Little Missy.
Oh, Cassidy.
Yeah, somebody's
Ah,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Cassidy. Come here, Cass, because I'll come to you. Oh, I'll come to you. You know I will. I'll come to you quickly. Quickly. I just want to She pulled a stunt earlier, so I got to do the mom thing and get her back. That's I'm choosing this. This is what I'm choosing. Yeah. Say hey,
Happy
Cass.
birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. Happy birthday.
I had to get her back. She was messing with me earlier, so I had to get her back. But my baby is 20 years old, and I'm just proud. I'm really proud of me as a mother.
That's
I
it.
did that. I mean, Dad did that too, but I did that. Like, I'm just saying, I did that.
Beautiful. Happy birthday. Hey,
Happy
look, happy
birthday.
birthday
My
to
baby
mom and daughter.
she put me on the map. She made me a grown woman. Okay, so I'm grateful for the opportunity to be her mom and all that good stuff and all the things that you're teaching us that we chose, Coach. Like, it's just as I look up and I'm like, I chose her, and I'm glad I chose her. I'm glad it was her. She cool. She all right. Coach, thank you again for another call. This replay gonna be fire. I can't wait. I'm gonna just play this all throughout the house all week long. Just play this on, and the other videos that we watch throughout the week, they're just radiating me setting the tone for whatever it is that I want. Like as you were talking earlier, some of the questions went over my head because I'm sitting here texting people like, "This is what it is now. You're no longer invited in my life on this level. Do this or you're dead to me. Like this is what I'm accepting, and this is it. I'm serious, Coach. Extra dramatic sauce. Like this is what it is, or this is what it is, and that's it. Because I set the tone of all of this. Everybody is a extra while I'm the main character in my show. Everybody else is an
Protagonist.
extra. You
We are the
optional.
protagonist.
I let you
Mm-hmm.
in. I let you come be this close to me. The fuck? Excuse my language. Hold up. I'm texting people during the call, Coach. Let me remind you of your place. Like, okay.
Well, the
I
whole
just want
thing
to
is,
thank
right?
you, man. Thank you for helping us to wake up. Thank you for helping a lot of us to wake up, and it's not traumatic. Like this transition is not traumatic. It's just like mind opening, and then we just get into it, get active. And I love just getting active. Like, okay, this is what I need to implement differently throughout the week. I'm telling myself, you are God, you are I am. Stop thinking like that. Just because they're not aware does not mean you need to go and mesh minds. You don't need to mesh minds with them. You can love them and they can still be slow, but you don't have to be all in a mix. Let them be slow. If they choose to be slow, I have tried to educate people. Lord have mercy, they don't want it. They like being slow. So I'm like, man, let me go talk to my people. So then I reach out to my people who understand. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you, all of y'all. Thank you, every last one of y'all. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you all. Thank you all. Well, good. All right. Well, hey, happy Saturday, everyone. Happy birthday again, Cassidy. Happy Saturday, everyone. It's good to see you all here. We practice, go out there and play. Your I am, just consciousness, make good choices. And you'll see, right? Make a choice, stand on your choice. There is no other. There's no one to argue with you. There's no competition. There's no opposition. There's no I am, and there is no other. There's only what you say, and therefore the outcome could only be what you say. So say what you want and see what you want, and you'll see it, right? You'll see it. Right? Stand on it. You don't have anything stopping you, right? Say what you want, say it and stand on it. And you'll see it to be true, right? Whatever you tell yourself is true is true. All right. Happy Saturday. Have a good week, everyone. And we'll catch up next week. All right, everybody.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Coach.
Bye,
Appreciate it,
Thank
Coach.
all.
Be
you,
safe.
everyone.
Everybody be safe. Have a great
Bye.
weekend. Love y'all.
Thank you. Have a good one.